the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Last week, the Financial and Criminal Division of the Accra High Court, the Attorney General Godfred Yeboah-Dame cross-examined Richard Jakpa, the third accused, the Accra High Court regarding the ambulance case trial. Our first accused, a minority leader, Dr. Kessel Ato Forson. Now, last week, established two things. One, the credibility of Richard Jakpa via the letter from the Ghana Armed Forces. And two, say we're receiving payments up to the tune of 700,000 euros. Ekodru Pempenso to say 28% of the 2.37 million euros. Initial agreement with the government of Ghana can say agents or procure sa ambulance vans ebenya 10%. Inti Richard Jakpa has a cause to explain the intel 18% more. This week during cross-examination, Omama access to the courtroom for cross-examinations. And there wouldn't be any misinterpretation. A lot of heckling, a lot of roundabout answers. Now, so the EPSK de Bremen say, Mr. Alex Segbefia, nipa Richard Jakpa boni din. Say or sabotage project, the time of one Ministry of Health. Or also Mr. Honorable Setekpe, Finance Minister himself, so or a part of saboteurs of the project. They all rely on or the advice from Dominic Ayine, the then Attorney General. Our advice say the government of Ghana renege on the responsibility. Say on tour the project so with big CR. The likelihood say judgment depth ebeba high. Now so Attorney General provided evidence be in Exhibit A. Alex Segbefia, the Health Minister, say ambulances are big C for a Sunday year in 2014 in December 18th. By August 10th, 2015 and not 30, Abedru Ghana Memuno Nina no the vans kekea meet the purposes of ambulance. Yanko the cross-examination live in the courtroom between the revered Attorney General Godfred Yeboah-Dame and Richard Jakpa, as well as in the presence of Justice Asari Botri, the Court of Appeal judge sitting in as a High Court judge in the ambulance case trial.
Yes, please look at Exhibit 8. This is from the third paragraph of Exhibit 8. That the then Minister for Health, Mr. Alexander Segbefia, wrote on 10th August 2015 that the ambulances supplied 10th August 2015 that the ambulance that the company has delivered 30 pieces of ambulances. And I'm quoting that the company has delivered 30 pieces of ambulances which do not meet the specifications within the contract. Is that not correct?
My Lord, that is not correct because this letter dated 10th August 2015 is no longer relevant because Exhibit AF1 has extensively dealt with this letter and signed by both parties. Furthermore, Honorable Alex Segbefia, the then Minister of Health, who sent the Director National Ambulance to go for the dispute resolution negotiation, which culminated in Exhibit AF1 in 2016, and this letter is 2015.
Good.
Now, to address this issue, finally wrote to the Ministry of Finance
Mr. Yapa,
In December
I have 2 more questions for you
2016,
so that I can comply my ladies.
making it clear
Mr. Yapa,
that all issues have been resolved. Accessories have been delivered to governments.
Mr. Yapa, the vehicle,
And that's Big C
Mr. Yapa,
and the Minister of Finance should proceed and honor the LC for the rest of the 170 ambulances. This was in December 2016, before they handed over to his government,
Mr. Yapa,
and they have refused to implement it to date 7 years.
Mr. Yapa, the vehicle,
So, to quote a 2015 letter, which had been dealt with as an issue,
Mr. Yapa, the vehicle started
is
arriving.
very, very irrelevant.
Mr. Yapa, the vehicle started arriving in December 2014. Is that not correct? December 2014. Started arriving in December 2014.
Once again, that is not correct.
Okay. Mr. Yapa, the
My
vehicle,
Lord,
Mr. Yapa,
you've asked a question.
Mr. Yapa, the vehicle,
My Lord, that is not correct.
No, but I realized there was a bank. That's the reason I didn't want.
Yeah, so you also wanted to add to the bank.
No, I wasn't adding to it.
Don't
Because
worry,
was trying to engage them.
answer it any which way. You have already indicated you have 2 questions. So
No.
for as long as that it continues like that, you will ask the question that you are directed to ask,
Right.
but you will finish today.
so let me down.
So, my Lord, answering his question,
In about 5 minutes after.
It's okay. You can't say whether you finish in 5 minutes or not.
My-
It depends on Mr.
On
Jaffa.
the other side.
my Lord, it is not true that the first batch of the ambulances arrived in 2014. There is an exhibit in this court that states clearly the arrival of the first ambulances, which is supposed to be in 2015. He needs to refer to that.
Okay, I'll refer to you. Read exhibit AE. Read exhibit AE to the court.
Exhibit AE. This, once again, is a letter in January 20, 2016, prior to the dispute resolution negotiation which culminated. So it's once again, my Lord, very irrelevant. I'll read it, my Lord. But I want to say that it's irrelevant.
It is not for you to
It has been
determine
dealt with.
Mr. Jaffa,
Yes, my Lord.
this kind of thing, it's not nice.
Yes, my Lord, I'll read
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen, you don't do that. They say read it, read it.
Reference is made to the agreement signed on 19 December 2012 between Big C General Trading LLC and the Government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Health, for the supply of 200 Mercedes-Benz ambulances and related services. As per the agreement, which is valued at 15,800,000 Ghana, 800,000 Ghana cedis. I think they wanted to say euros. 200 ambulances, well-equipped ambulances, are to be supplied to the Ministry of Health. For the avoidance of doubt, the terms of delivery per the agreement as follows. The first consignment of 25 ambulances shall be delivered by the supplier within 120 days after signing of the agreement. The remaining 175 vehicles shall be delivered in batches of minimum of 25 every 30 days after the first delivery. It is obvious that the first consignment of 10 vehicles we delivered in December 2014 did not meet ambulance specification and were not fit for the purpose. There were, strictly speaking, ordinary vans that you were trying to convert into ambulances. A post-delivery inspection carried out in January 2015 by the Operations Department of our National Ambulance Service revealed that there was no medical equipment in the vehicles, thereby reducing them to ordinary vans rather than ambulances. Upon receipt of our inspection report, you invited 3 officers of health to visit your production facility in Dubai to discuss the report and other related issues with your engineers. Our technical team was fully prepared for the trip, but it appears that you are derailing the process by consistently postponing the date for the visits on the pretext of being outside of Dubai to date. The planned visit to Dubai has not taken place. The ministry's thinking is that you have assembled 1 ambulance vehicle for our technical team to come and inspect, but it's clear that nothing has happened. We would like to emphasize that the ministry is in dire need of ambulances and cannot therefore wait any longer. If you fail to assemble a well-equipped ambulance vehicle, that means our specification for inspection by 20th February 2016. The ministry will consider the agreement terminated. It is our hope that you will act expeditiously to avert an eventual termination of the agreements. My Lord,
Right.
this letter. My Lord, this letter.
Signed by who? You didn't read on.
Signed by Honorable Alex Segbefia on 20th January 2016.
Now, Mr. the question can come.
When Alex Segbefia,
You are ready.
I have to explain the context.
Please, it's okay. Let's go on. It's okay.
My Lord, this letter dated 20th January 2016 was indeed written by Alex Segbefia for Big C to expeditiously carry out the dispute resolution negotiation by receiving government representatives from the ministry to resolve the reports of the ambulances, the post-delivery report that was carried on by the ministry. Indeed, there's exhibits here to show that after this letter was sent to Big C, the Ministry of Health selected the National Ambulance Director, Professor Zakaria, to go to Dubai after this exhibit AE. They went and negotiated. They saw the assembled the assembled full ambulance. They negotiated the post-delivery inspection report, and it culminated in exhibit AF1, of which the minister was satisfied and wrote his final letter in December 2016 for clearance for the project to proceed. That is why I am saying, going back to pick letters and issues that have already been resolved by the previous government and the Minister of Health is just muddying the waters and confusing everybody here, because these issues have already been dealt with. That's it. And a letter written by the minister to that effect in December 2016. Because this current government refused to implement Exhibit AF1 for 7 years, which has now brought us here. The prosecution is trying to mislead this court by bringing old issues that have already been resolved, that have no relevance.
Now, Mr. Japan, received from Mr. Segbefia's own letter, Exhibit AE, that the first 10 vehicles you see from, yeah, it's okay, you have seen from Exhibit AE. Exhibit AE, Mr. Segbefia's own letter, that the first 10 vehicles arrived in December 2014. First 10 vehicles arrived in December 2014.
It's not correct, because
Yes.
the Honorable Alex Segbefia, the dates he's putting contradicts the letter that was written by BC to Alex's predecessor, Honorable Ajman Mensah. The exhibit is here.
Now,
We pull it out for me to read. You will realize that the Honorable Alex Segbefia quoted a wrong arrival date contrary to the date of arrival that Big C themselves wrote to the government prior to Alex Segbefia assuming office as Minister of Health.
You see, Mr. Japa, the vehicles were in the possession of the government of which the first accused and Mr. Segbefia were members. For over 2 years, the vehicles were in the possession of the government of which the first accused and Mr. Segbefia were members. For over 2 years, before they left office in January 2017. Yet the defect could not be rectified. That of it.
My Lord, that is not entirely true. Because the ambulances were never in the possession of the previous government over 2 years. The ambulances first batch arrived in January 2015. Thereabouts. To 2016 December cannot be over 2 years. That is one. Two, the ambulances were arriving in batches of 10, 10, 10. So the first batch of 10 was not even over 2 years, let alone the last batch of 10 to be over 2 years. And the previous governments took steps which the evidence are in this court and remedied all the implementation hiccups that was occasioned as a result of the conduct of Honorable Sher-Aite and Honorable Sir-Tepe in the previous governments. By 2016 December, the last minister of the previous government, Honorable Alex Segbefia, had resolved all problems which culminated in Exhibit AF1, followed by his letter in December 2016, which is in the custody of the court as an exhibit. So by the time this government took over in 2017 January, Alex Segbefia's final letter to the Ministry of Finance for the continuation of the project and stating receipts of accessories and everything and bill of lading had been handed over to this government. This government, from January 2017 to date as we are speaking, have not complied or executed Alex Segbefia's letter of December 2016 and Exhibit AF1 plus 3 or 2, need to refer to him of the addendum, which states that governments, for that matter, Ministry of Health, will clear the accessories at the port and notify Big C to bring down their technical team to install them. The accessories have been emptied from their container at the port by this government. Container returned to shipper and doing business around across the country.
Please look at
Big C never notified to come down in compliance of Exhibit AF1 to fit the accessories that they emptied from the container.
Right.
And no one knows where the accessories are. And my Lord, they are here claiming financial loss on innocent people when they have misappropriated, misapplied accessories for 7 years meant to fix the ambulance, installing ambulances for Ghanaians to use.
Mr. Japa, please look
So
at
it's a clear issue of mischief and sabotage.
please look at
In order to prosecute innocent people and jail them for political
Mr. Japa, please
expediency.
look at SBTC.
The evidence for the clearance for the emptying of the container, I have it here, and they have it, and the shipping company have it at the port.
Please look at SBTC. Please this letter.
Let me listen to you.
Please look at SBTC. Please this letter. The Minister for Health. Dated June 20.
Exhibit AC.
Yes. Yes. Just read only one line. Just one line. Please look at SBTC. Read only one line. The first line